This recording is brought to you by Resonance, an anarchist audio distro, part of the Channel Zero network. To hear more, go to channelzeronetwork.com. On July 13th, 2019, Willem Van Spronsen was killed by police while attacking transportation infrastructure for the Northwest Detention Center in Tacoma, Washington. The Northwest Detention Center can hold over 1,500 people, making it the largest immigration prison on the West Coast and one of the largest immigration detention facilities in the country. Willem was a longtime activist, anarchist, anti-fascist, musician, and father. In a memorial posted to Puget Sound anarchists, his comrades wrote, "We are grief-stricken, inspired and enraged by what occurred early this morning. Will gave his life fighting ICE. We may never know what specifically was going through his head in the last hours of his life, but we know that the Northwest Detention Center must be destroyed, and the prisoners must be freed. We do not need heroes, only friends and comrades. Will was simply a human being, and we wish that he was still with us. It's doubtless that the cops and the media will attempt to paint him as some sort of monster, but in reality, he was a comrade who fought for many years for what he believed in, and this morning he was killed doing what he loved, fighting for a better world." The following is Willem Van Spronsen's final statement. There's wrong and there's right. It's time to take action against the forces of evil. Evil says one life is worth less than another. Evil says the flow of commerce is our purpose here. Evil says concentration camps for folks deemed lesser are necessary. The handmaid of evil says that concentration camps should be more humane. Beware the centrist. I have a father's broken heart. I have a broken down body, and I have an unshakable abhorrence for injustice. That is what brings me here. This is my clear opportunity to try to make a difference. I'd be an ingrate to be waiting for a more obvious invitation. I follow 3 teachers: Don Pritz, my spiritual guide. Love without action is just a word. John Brown, my moral guide. What is needed is action. Emma Goldman, my political guide. If I can't dance, I don't want to be in your revolution. I'm a head in the clouds dreamer. I believe in love and redemption. I believe we're going to win. I'm joyfully revolutionary. We should have all been reading Emma Goldman in school, instead of the jingo drivel we were fed, but I digress. We should all be looking at the photos of the YPG heroes should we falter and think our dreams are impossible, but I double digress. Fight me. In these days of fascist hooligans preying on vulnerable people in our streets, in the name of the state, or supported and defended by the state, in these days of highly profitable detention/concentration camps, and a battle over the semantics, in these days of hopelessness, empty pursuit, and empty yearning, we are living in visible fascism ascendant. I say visible because those paying attention watched it survive and thrive under the protection of the state for decades. See Howard Zinn, A People's History of the United States. Now, it unabashedly follows its agenda with open and full cooperation from the government, from governments around the world. Fascism serves the needs of the state, serves the needs of business, and at your expense. Who benefits? Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Tim Cook, Bill Gates, Betsy DeVos, George Soros, Donald Trump, and need I go on? Let me say it again. Rich guys who think you're not really all that good really dig government. Every government everywhere, including communist governments, because they make the rules that make the rich guys richer. Simple. Don't overthink it. Are you patriots in the back paying attention? When I was a boy in post-war Holland, later France, my head was filled with stories of the rise of fascism in the 30s. I promised myself that I would not be one of those who stands by as neighbors are torn from their homes and imprisoned for somehow being perceived as lesser. You don't have to burn the motherfucker down, but are you just going to stand by? This is the test of our fundamental belief in real freedom and our responsibility to each other. This is a call to patriots too, to stand against this travesty, against everything that you hold sacred. I know you. I know that in your hearts you see the dishonor in these camps. It's time for you, too, to stand up to the money pulling the strings of every goddamn puppet pretending to represent us. I'm a man who loves you all, and this spinning ball so much that I'm going to fulfill my childhood promise to myself to be noble. Here it is, in these corporate for-profit concentration camps. Here it is, in brown and non-conforming folks, afraid to show their faces, for fear of the police, Migra, Proud Boys, the boss, Becky's. Here it is, a planet almost used up by the market's greed. I'm a black and white thinker. Detention camps are an abomination. I'm not standing by. I really shouldn't have to say any more than this. I set aside my broken heart, and I heal the only way I know how, by being useful. I efficiently compartmentalize my pain, and I joyfully go about this work. To those burdened with the wreckage from my actions, I hope that you will make the best use of that burden. To my comrades, I regret that I will miss the rest of the revolution. Thank you for the honor of having me in your midst, giving me space to be useful, to feel that I was fulfilling my ideals, has been the spiritual pinnacle of my life. Doing what I can to help defend my precious and wondrous people is an experience too rich to describe. My trans comrades have transformed me, solidifying my conviction that we will be guided to a dreamed-of future by those most marginalized among us today. I have dreamed it so clearly that I have no regret for not seeing how it turns out. Thank you for bringing me so far along. I am Antifa. I stand with comrades around the world who act from the love of life in every permutation. Comrades who understand that freedom means real freedom for all and a life worth living. Keep the faith. All power to the people. Bella ciao.
We don't give up. We don't give in. We don't consent to any shackles. We don't back down. We don't surrender. If our back's to the wall, we grow bigger, bigger and stronger, stronger and wiser. Our resolve is unshaken. Our roots are deep and many now. This tree has come to take its place. All our branches rioting in leaf tonight. We will not yield 1 inch of freedom or bow down to anyone. We don't submit, we don't comply. There's just a couple things that's bigger than that, namely life, life and living, mainly life, a life worth living. Air to breathe and stars at night, no rush to end our visit here. A helping hand when a helping hand is due. And we'll lay down our arms and do it gladly the day that we all walk free. Yeah, we'll lay down our arms and do it gladly the day that we all walk truly free. Yeah, free, truly free, free to live a life in harmony, with nobody over me and nobody under, everything for everyone and no one left behind. Free, truly free, free to live a life in harmony, with nobody over me, nobody under, everything for everyone and no one left behind.